Welcome to Fantasy Legends, my name's Scott, and today we're going to go through 5 Tales games that I think you should replay before Tales of Arise comes out. Please remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it really does help me out. Now let's get on with the video. At number 5 we have Tales of Xillia, released in 2013 for the PlayStation 3 and unfortunately is only on the PlayStation 3, is the 13th mainline entry in the Tales series. The game allows you to play as 2 main protagonists, Mila Maxwell and Jude Mathis. It is the first time in the series that has a female protagonist, which is also a reason to play, as her story is quite amazing. The lore of this game is quite deep, as well as the fact that the combat can be quite flashy and distinct in its fighting styles, and you get to see the way different arts and things work, and it's quite a good entry into the series. If you haven't played any Tales games, I would definitely recommend it. However, one downside, like I said before, is that it's only on the PlayStation 3, which does make access to the game a bit more limited. Also, the fact that it has 2 protagonists also means it's quite time draining if you want to see the whole story. But I would really recommend it, as like I said, the lore is very deep in this game and well worth the visit. At number 4 we have Tales of Vesperia, first released in 2009 on the Xbox 360 and again on its 10th anniversary in 2019 for the PlayStation 4, Switch and Xbox One. Makes the game much more widely available than the Tales of Xillia, which makes it a great first-time entry for new-time fans, as well as returning fans trying to play games before Tales Arise arrives. In my opinion, this game has one of the best leads. He's less naive and a lot more experienced than other leads in the games that we've seen previously in the series, and it just makes him a joy to play. To the remasters of the games, it's a lot more clean experience for any new player to play, as even though it's got old mechanics, it is more of a new in terms of graphics. It's been touched up. You've got new scenes that have also been touched up into the game on the remake. I would also say that some of the supporting cast are brilliant in this title as well, so it's a much recommended game from me. Number 3, we have Tales of Symphonia. It was released on the GameCube in 2004 and served as an introduction to the series for most fans in the West. This game can be hard to get, however, as obviously the GameCube is quite dated. It was remastered with a bundle with the Dawn of the New World on the PlayStation 3, so you could pick it up there. This is a 17-year-old game, so the one thing I would warn new players about is that it doesn't really hold your hand in terms of gameplay, as some of the older games, as we know as gamers, are less hand-holdy than the newer titles. It does have an amazing cast, however, and I would suggest that the lead is quite brilliant as well, so it's a must-play for any fans of the Tales series. If you're worried about graphics due to its age, don't worry there, as the anime sort of style does still hold up and it still does look brilliant even though it is a 17-year-old game. Number 2, we have Tales of Abyss, released in 2006 on the PlayStation 2 and also on the Nintendo 3DS in 2012. It's a fan favourite in the series, and to be honest, it's quite a well-designed game with an appealing world that holds its own amongst the best in the series. I would say, however, is that the lead protagonist can come across as annoying and obnoxious at first. However, this does change as he develops and grows in the game. One downside to getting this game is its availability. However, the Nintendo 3DS is still quite widely available in certain places, so it's definitely one I would recommend trying before Tales of Arise. Finally, at number 1, we have Tales of Berseria. As the 16th entry into the mainline series, Tales of Berseria is the most recent title in the series. Tales of Berseria is the most graphically impressive of the series. However, it does have a darker tone than its predecessors, meaning that it might not represent the whole series as a whole when you're playing it as your first game, or even for returning fans trying to get into the series, as the new games may not follow this. The main protagonist's motivations is vengeance. This does put her in the anti-hero category in my opinion. Supporting cast are characters that have dark motives of their own, making it one of the most unique titles in comparison compared to the rest of the games. It is also a prequel to Tales of Vesperia, however the connections are minor and you can still enjoy the game without ever playing Vesperia, which is why I would recommend it. Another main reason to recommend this game as the main game to play before Tales of Arise comes out is because it's the newest one of the series, which means it will be more close to what you could expect Tales of Arise to be as the games develop and change. Obviously, some of the tones will be different, and they've already announced new features that were not in Tales of Berseria. However, still the game in terms of mechanics will still be quite similar, so it's great for new players and returning players just to see where the series has come from. There you have it, the 5 games that I would recommend to play before Tales of Arise comes out. What do you think? Were the games that I missed? Were the games that you would have put on the list? Let me know in the comments down below. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for listening.